Hola guys. Alright, so this is another GMetrix practice test 2 video. This video we're going to be looking at item number 16. So this is the open cycles gears assembly file. So on this one, this is one of those that you have to do it in the correct order or it will be wrong. So pay attention to the order that I do this. So we're going to assemble the shaft with the key at location 2 and then the shaft to the gear. So we're going to do this step first, putting the key into the shaft, and then we're going to put the shaft into the gear. So you also must pay attention to the order of this stuff is going to be done. The back face of the gear and shaft face numbered 1. So this part of the shaft has to be inserted into the back of this gear. So not this is the front, the back would be this back corner. And the gear and shaft should have center lines in line. The key, the shaft, and the gear should be constrained and aligned to slot number 2. So you've got to fix the gear to the key once you get it on the shaft. So pay attention and let's go through this. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is put the key on the shaft. So we're going to use the mate constraint. So we're going to zoom in. We're going to do the bottom of the key to the top face of the shaft. So we just got to play with it to get where we can see what we want. Bottom of the key. And then we want to go to the top of the shaft. So right there. So it clicks into place. We're going to tie down the x-axis next, which is running this way. So we're again going to do the mate constraint. We want to mate didn't like what I did there. Oh, I see. All right, so we're going to drag it over to get it out of the way. And then we're going to mate this side to this side. Notice the arrows. They're going to lock together. So we've tied down 2 of the degrees of freedom. So now we need to tie down, let's see. Still moves this way. So now we need to add a mate constraint here and to the back of the key again. So constrain here to the back of the key. Okay. Now let's try to move the key. So now the whole thing moves together. This part is fixed. All right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the gear on here. So let's fix our orientation a little bit. Okay. So we're going to use constrain insert. Let's go back and check our problem. So it wants the back face of the gear to be and the shaft face number 1 to be in contact. So this needs to go in with the back of the gear. So this right here. So we're going to insert this. That's the front. We're going to do the center like that. It goes on there. So now we need to constrain the key to the gear. So I'm just working on my placement where I'm at. All right, so that looks good. So now we're going to change back to the mate constraint after we rotate this around. So we need to find the spot on the shaft where there's a gap on the gear. And it's right there. So let's rotate this on around a little bit. There we go. So now let's mate the inside of this to the inside of this. They click together, and that is a wrap. So at this point, you go and get the z-axis for the center of gravity. So eye properties, physical, and then you just click update, and it wants the z-axis. So the value here once you update it. All right, that should be it, guys.